And just before 10 o'clock yesterday
live,
morning, when
serious,
a cargo ship called the Solon collided with a jet
massive
fuel tanker, the Stena
cargo
Immaculate.
One crew member from the Solon is still missing.
container ship crash
Off. With the latest for us this morning, here's our reporter Aruna Iyengar.
incident.
Toxic smoke billows out over the North Sea as Coast Guard
Oil
and
spill,
marine experts
Environment
try to
Agency.
work out how this could happen. Yesterday
UK
morning,
25.
the Stena Immaculate was at anchor 10 miles off the port of Hull when the Portuguese cargo ship, the Solon, crashed into it. The US ship was carrying 53 million litres of jet fuel, believed to be for military use. The Portuguese vessel's cargo included 15 containers of highly toxic sodium cyanide. Crew members abandoned both ships as they were rocked by explosions. Sailors scrambled to life rafts. They were taken to Grimsby where they were given dry clothing.
What a freak accident, all due to severe fog, guys.
36 crew members were taken safely to shore. One crew member of the Solon remains unaccounted for. After an extensive search for missing crewmen, sadly they have not been found and the search has been terminated.
Very sad.
The two vessels remain on fire and Coast Guard aircraft are monitoring the situation.
The Transport Secretary, Heidi Alexander, said she was hugely grateful to Coast Guard's the RNLI.
Time's the bottom down there. Date today's the 11th of March, Tuesday morning, guys, 20:05. Time's down there, 7:04 a.m. morning.
The missing crew member. She added that the Maritime Accident Investigation Branch had started looking into the incident. The Stena Immaculate had sailed from Greece and was due to continue along the Humber. The Solon was travelling from Grangemouth in Scotland to Rotterdam in the Netherlands. The weather had been foggy and visibility was poor, but questions are being asked why the Solon did not detect the anchored US ship on its radar. There are fears the chemicals involved could have a huge impact on the local environment.
Jet fuel is also toxic. It's lighter than water, so it will stay on the surface largely, and anything, of course, that comes into contact with it
won't evaporate very easily.
Jet fuel will ingest fatal quantities.
This area is a busy
it's breeding season as well.
Large seabird colonies.
It's breeding season.
Investigations get underway into the causes of the collision. Environmental will be monitoring closely the longer-term effects to the Yorkshire coast and Humber estuary. Aruna Iyengar, BBC News.
Let's head straight to Grimsby and speak to.
Not good for the Humber.
So fire's still burning this morning, Phil. We're still monitoring that pollution. Really anxious time, particularly for those communities on the coast.
It's very rare these things happen across the North Sea. Collisions like this, very rare.
Here in Grimsby, John, this is where the docks here are where 36 of those mariners were brought ashore last night. The search for one who was missing called off, and the BBC was able to speak to some of those, some of the crew members last night who were rescued. One who was on board the oil tanker described how the cargo vessel, in his words, came out of the blue, and they had to scramble onto the line.
A bit like Titanic collision.
Only what they had on them at the time.
But this time, it's two ships hit each other.
We heard in the Aruna's report there that the Maritime Accident Investigation Branch will be doing a preliminary assessment, but the actual responsibility for the investigation may lie with the countries whose flags the vessels were sailing under. That is the United States and also Portugal. And of course, as you mentioned, now thoughts turn to potential environmental impacts. It's the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency that have responsibility for assessing.
I don't think Trump's going to be very happy. Double Trump, you could lose them. It wasn't my fault.
Inflatable booms that can be used to surround
That's the
pollution. We're talking, of course, jet fuel.
FTSE 100, or what you call it, the American. It's the American stock market's gone down the drain lately.
To some extent, disperse what is in the water. So that is where the attention will be turning to now. The investigation to find out how on earth this happened and how to prevent any kind of environmental catastrophe.
Okay, Phil, thank you.
Terrible disaster.
We'll get back to you if we get any more information during the morning. We'll also speak to the Yorkshire Wildlife Trust and get the latest from them in the next half hour too. But with the rest of the news this morning...
There you go, skyscraper on Flying Gems.
At least one person has been killed and 3 injured.
This is my friend Sparky and Jim, every Friday 3 to 5 p.m. I to Friday things, so hello, Shave Fridays. My friend Shane Life years with Cindy Lou every Friday, 10 to 12 here on Surrey Hills Radio Friday. Live Cindy Lou every Friday. And it's my friend John and Lars show every Sunday at 9 a.m. to 12 and live on the Woken Radio Station show at Lars show every Sunday. Yeah, the war in Ukraine is still going on. The Russians won't give up. They're not nice people, the Russians. This is Sky Sue, my show on Science.